When creating a visual brand identity, you gotta kind of know what value are you trying to bring to the table. Like, what is the brand? Like, what is it? What is the story you're trying to tell? What does it represent? What market are you shooting for? What's your target audience? So you know, what is the history of the brand? Like, what is the brand's name, and how does that kind of tie into the whole effort? So you got to know, what's your name, what's your brand, what is it that you're standing on, so you can better tell that story visually. The more you know about the brand personality, the brand strategy, the brand goals, the more you know about that, the more well crafted the entire brand identity is going to be. And the brand identity is much more than just the logo. What does everything going to mean as far as the visual efforts? Like, what are the colors going to be? What kind of visuals are you going to be working with? Like, you have to understand the brand itself before you can go diving into designing the logo. And the logo is going to be the centerpiece of it all. So, for example, let's take a look at the Central City visual brand identity that I created. I love the challenge of logo design. Like, I love the challenge of trying to distill so much of what something represents into one emblem, into one solidified image that will be used across the board on a vast amount of medium. So with the Central City logo, which of course Central City from DC Comics Flash, Flash TV show on CW. So I was inspired by that. So the first thing I did when I wanted to do this kind of brand project is to research the city itself. One of the many possible, directions you can go in when you're creating a logo is to directly reference what you're talking about. So Central City, we know it as the home of the Flash. Specifically the Silver Age version of the Flash, Barry Allen. So I took the emblem of the Flash as inspiration, as well as other elements, but mainly like the symbol of the Flash you see on his chest. But I wanted to create it so the city's logo, the city's branding references that, but it's just not a carbon copy of that. My effort centered around playing with the lightning bolts and the C's. I drew a circle and then added weight. Then I cut a small portion of the circle to make the simple C coming straight from the simple circle. Now, I created my own lightning shape using the grid in Illustrator. And as far as the colors, I pulled inspiration from the Flash. So you'll see shades of red and shades of gold. Within my, Adobe Illustrator artboard, I worked on various ideas that I wanted to tie to the idea of Central City. Shapes can be seen portrayed in various ways throughout the branding, representing different districts and areas of the city. Those districts and areas include downtown, the waterfront district, the theater district, the upper east and west sides, and the lower east and west sides. If you look at the downtown logo, you'll notice that there are two tall buildings, in front of the main C in the lightning shape within the line art. The waterfront district is a variation of the main logo with shades of blue and ripples in the center to represent the colors and the movement of water. And the theater district, I was inspired by the masks that usually represent the acting profession. Then I kind of put a lightning bolt in the middle to separate the mask. And for the lower and upper sections of the city, I actually took that middle shape in the lightning bolt in the middle and subtly kind of raised it to represent the upper, and then lowered it to represent the lower. And then you'll notice that for the west and east sides, they're pointing in the direction that corresponds to the name. I also like coming up with stuff for Central City University, Central City Police Department, and Star Labs. I really allowed myself to kind of play around with a lot of different type ideas, and then I made mock apparel for it. So it's a fun time. A visual brand identity is a large playbook that you can give to someone, and it gives them a lot to work with. And going through this process with Central City, I wanted to, because I post a lot on my Instagram, just kind of random ideas that I have, but I wanted to take the time to kind of put together a cohesive project. You can find the full presentation when you look at it over here. As always, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. If you have anything you want me to cover, just hit me up and I'll put it in my list of topics to cover in a future video. All right, see you next time.